One of the hardest parts of applying to college is figuring out what in the hell the universities want you to submit. Many of my videos point the finger at top 50 universities, but less selective institutions also add madness to the system. Debates about the SAT and going test optional are the hot topic right now, but less discussed are other recommended or optional items like essays and recommendation letters. In this video, I discuss the ambiguity surrounding optional admissions, honors, and scholarship essays. First, let's consider less selected Texas Tech University. They start offering scholarships for Texas residents ranking in the top 10% of their class and scoring only a 19 or higher on the ACT. But for fall 2021 and 2022 applicants, they presented 5 supposedly optional scholarship essays collectively exceeding 1,500 words. It's ridiculous for a university that makes admissions decisions and also most or all of their scholarship offers based solely on academics to have any essays at all. Texas Tech doesn't explain how these essays are used or why they're offered. The essays simply appear on Applied Texas without further comment. I learned about them only when students started asking if they were really optional or not, and I didn't have an answer. Blog posts that say, quote, "If it's optional, you need to submit it," add further confusion to what you should or shouldn't bother submitting. The University of California application allows an optional 550-word special circumstances essay. Yet, they suggest, quote, "This shouldn't be an essay, but rather a place to explain unusual personal or family circumstances." A befuddled non-native English-speaking client of mine rightly wondered how to understand the sentence, "This shouldn't be an essay." If it's not an essay, what form of writing will it be? I have no idea. Students inevitably feel pressure to submit optional items because ambiguity around admissions vocabulary requires families to read between the lines. Or they visit the misinformation machine College Confidential to divine what universities really want. Optional essays, beyond requesting if applicants have any special or exceptional circumstances, only add to their overburdened workload. Students constantly worry about whether they're doing the right thing. My colleague Janine Robinson is headed in the right direction with her Escape Essay Hell branding. Students, maybe for your next AP Literature assignment, you can discuss how college essays deserve a special place somewhere among Dante's 9 circles. The pandemic exposes the uncertainty around whether test-optional schools genuinely are indifferent to whether you submit the standardized exams or if they might low-key penalize you for opting out. Universities leave open to interpretation whether extracurriculars and leadership matter even more, and if so, how are they weighted in place of the SAT? How is an applicant supposed to make sense of this waffling test-optional language on Texas Tech's scholarship page, which reads, "While students may select test optional for admissions purposes, students may submit test scores for scholarship consideration." So that requires the questions, do applicants need or not need test scores for scholarship consideration? I have no idea, and I'm a college whisperer for a living. Additionally, fall 2021 applicants to the University of Houston's honors program received a surprise email. U of H honors isn't especially selective. Half of their admitted students score between 1,300 and 1,400 on the SAT, and 31% of them rank outside of the top 10% of their class, which is below average for non-honors regular admission to UT Austin and Texas A&M. Consideration for U of H honors requires an atypical essay without further explanation, a deadline, or even submission instructions. It's unlike any requirement for honors programs or regular admission at any other Texas university. They ask for a, quote, "full-length academic writing sample, 3 to 5 pages of literary analysis paper with essential thesis and strong supporting arguments." Never mind that most research papers that students submit for AP English Literature or Language are often longer than 5 pages, or they're of the much shorter, sloppy timed writing variety that they use to prepare for AP exams. And what precisely does Houston Honors mean by, quote, full length? A client of mine who submitted a literary analysis of a Shakespearean play between 3 and 5 pages received an email from U of H Honors staff that it was too short and needed to be longer, adding additional stress to the applicant. Because she wore glasses, she wrote all of her essays in size 14 instead of the 11 or 12 that was supposedly suggested, even though those parameters hadn't been specified in the application. She added another page and a half of fluff. And U of H other problems are that STEM students may be less strong in literary analysis, and international applicants may not have a ready-made sample at all. A test-optional U of H Honors applicant will submit upwards of 5,000 words worth of essays, or 5 Princetons. I'm confident that U of H Honors can admit a strong class of students without sneaky hoops for applicants to jump through, especially during an already disruptive pandemic admissions cycle. Without an onerous literary analysis requirement, they would undoubtedly receive more applications and perhaps have a larger pool of talent to select from. Honors staff could have a substantial amount of time by not having to skim so many crappy research papers. What's the point in having an application common to all Texas universities if member institutions and specific programs are free to add or subtract requirements from year to year or even within admission cycles as their whims see fit? Institutions are not incentivized to surrender some of their control and standardize requirements among one another. U of H Honors making up bullshit busy work as the semester progresses reflects a broader failure of universities nationwide to adequately open or educate their students. Students and families suffer due to bureaucratic incompetence, exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic. Unclear requirements or how optional essays are reviewed suggests that universities do not care about you. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can find my email in the information section of this video, so feel free to reach out if you're interested in working together.